All right, everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of the Two Blind Mice Show. We will be meeting our guests in just a little bit. Let me just do an announcement that I really don't want to make, but I may have to. For the last few weeks, we've been having some internet issues. Our provider has not been behaving very well, and we've had to cancel a couple of shows. We're hoping everything does go okay tonight. We've been told it's been fixed again. In the event that something does happen, we may end up having to schedule the rest of our shows through August. Hopefully giving everybody time and to fix the problem. We don't know what's going to happen. Just want to let you know ahead of time. If everything does go as planned tonight, next Tuesday, we have a special unscheduled show with Cole Johnson, who we tried to have on last week. But we had internet problems. He's got internet problems, so we're hoping to do it on the 22nd, and we'll see how it goes tonight. I'll let you know if something does.
From where is he from?
Who?
Cole Johnson.
He's with the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. So, but anyway, guys, hey, listen. Today we got a group of guests that I don't know how to explain. They've taken off on a pretty cool project that we were privy to be participating in. And what I like about it is that this is a group of both, I believe, sighted and visually impaired persons. And it's one of the greatest examples that I can think of where, despite our vision loss, we can still accomplish many things. And this is no exception. So let's go ahead and go straight to our show, because we have no idea how much we're going to talk about. Yeah. But what we are going to talk about is a sitcom pilot by the name of Don't Look Now. And it is created, like I said, with a team of visually impaired persons involved. We were given the opportunity to watch a preview of it. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, it was hilarious.
It was funny. I felt like I was back at school, because I just graduated from Chris Cole, and I felt like I was right back there.
And it touches, if you're visually impaired, it touches a lot on the things we experience during vision loss that kind of makes you laugh.
Let Geno.
I know when it gets paid.
You're yapping.
Well, yeah,
sorry.
So anyway, and it just touches based on a lot of things that we experience in our daily lives without vision. So we thought this was just funny. So anyway, let me go ahead and get going on this. First of all, I don't know how you want to do it, Geno, but I'm going to introduce you as Geno Marks, and he was the individual that I reached out to talk about this. And like I said, he gave me the privilege of watching the video. So I'm going to let it take off on this, and I want Geno, if you would do me a favor and introduce those that are with us tonight.
Yeah,
and give them the opportunity to tell us who they are as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, first of all, Philip, Mary, thank you for having us on your show tonight to talk about this wonderful project. It is called Don't Look Now. I am a co-creator, also the writer, director. Rebecca Meadows is our executive producer and co-creator. I don't know if she's having technical difficulties. She's not here right now. Hopefully she'll be joining us soon. And I will first introduce Michael Galante. Michael is our lead. He plays CJ. Michael, would you like to talk about yourself?
Hi, my name is.
Can you guys hear me?
Hi, Becca.
Hi, Becca.
Are we already live? I'm sorry.
We're live, Becca.
We're live.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Becca.
I like her name. Says Blue Butterfly. Yes, I play the pretty much the principal of the school. This has been, just on a personal level, a profound experience for myself as an actor. I've never played a blind character in my life. I was terrified to do it, but I was also honored to do it. So we made sure I got the proper training and was exposed to the correct people to at least give me a glimpse of what it was like to be blind. And I've made some friends, some lifelong friends because of this. And I've been touched beyond belief being part of this. I'm just extremely, extremely grateful being a part of this project. And every screening we've gone to, it's been received well. And hearing the blind community speak about it, just like you did, makes me incredibly happy and satisfied, because when I spoke to Geno about this, I said, if we do this, we have to do a damn good job. And he says, you're right. So we promised each other we're going to do this the correct way, the right way, and honor these people because they deserve a platform. They deserve a voice. And so far, so good.
Yes.
Thank
Thanks, Michael.
Thank you for having us on.
Yes, thank you guys.
Next, I would like to introduce Olga. And Olga has just a very amazing and unique story and I think journey of how she has arrived at this point, being here with all of us. Olga, would you like to?
Sure. Hi, my name is Olga, and I play a Braille teacher in the pilot. I'm originally from Ukraine, but for the last 11 years, I've been living in Australia. So getting to America to be part of the project was actually a big step in itself. I'm completely blind. I've never ever traveled internationally by myself, but I really, really badly wanted to be a part of a film. It's been my dream since I was a little girl. So I pretty much decided to just, swallow all my fear and just take that step out of my comfort zone. And there was nothing scary about it. Crossing the world blind, no problem. And then when I arrived to America and was on set for the first time, it was just mind blowing. And I was really blessed with the team of actors and filmmakers that worked on this project because I felt supported and encouraged every minute of the project. So I had an amazing experience.
You're welcome.
That's great.
Outstanding. And then last but not least is Rebecca S. Meadows is the executive producer. She's my co-creator. Rebecca is my partner in crime on all these crazy projects she has roped me into. Becca, would you like to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about our journey?
Yeah, so I just wanted to thank everybody on the cast and crew for helping us create Don't Look Now. I have high hopes that we can get this whole series created and out there, so that my hope is that blind teenagers will see it and realize that there's hope, right? Because when I was a blind teenager, I had no hope. My teachers weren't giving me any hope at public school. My parents weren't giving me any hope for a future after high school. And I had no hope. And I hope that we can make this a show that will be available on like Netflix and Hulu, so blind teenagers everywhere can watch it and realize there's hope and there's a place out there where they can go and learn all the skills they're not able to learn at home and in public school. And so I thank you guys so much for helping me make this a reality. And like I said, I just really hope we can sell it so the whole world can see it. Blind teenagers and their parents and their teachers and their potential employers and the whole world, Thank you guys again.
Of course.
Well, thanks for making me cry already. You've done your job.
And I didn't meet Philip. And what's Philip's wife's name?
Mary.
Hi,
Hi.
Mary. I'm Rebecca Meadows. Thank you guys so much for having us on. I'm sorry I was late.
Oh, believe me, we understand what you're talking about. Where we live, which is in South Texas, by the way, that's what we're working on. We're trying to bring awareness here in our area because it's almost a desert regarding the understanding of what it's like to be blind, and so and we're working towards. So we understand how you feel, and we're hoping that our ventures also bear fruit along with yours, and people understand that things are possible despite our vision loss.
Yeah, it brought back some memories because I just graduated from a school for the blind about years ago.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I saw your sitcom, I felt like I went right back. I don't know if I'm supposed to say what it's about, but in those lines, that's what it's about.
We'll get into it.
I'll give it back to you, Geno.
Okay. Let me ask a quick question before. I got two questions. Okay, I got two questions. First question is, we like to keep track of our guests when they come on the show. So if each one of you could tell us where you are from, we pin your location on a map and keep track. So we'd like to add you onto the map. So if you could tell us where you're from. Geno, I know you're from Arizona.
Rebecca, where are you from?
I'm in Mesa, Arizona as well.
Okay. And Olga?
I'm in Brisbane, Australia.
But you're originally from Ukraine, right? But you're in Australia.
Yeah.
Michael, where are you?
I live in Los Angeles, California.
Yay,
Originally.
we got a California one.
We haven't had a California.
We haven't had a
yet.
California.
Oh, there you go. You got your Cali.
I live in Ghana.
Okay, we know where you live, but we haven't had an Australia either. So
Albert, our producer, lives
very close.
about 30-minute drive from where we live at.
So my question is, is when? Go ahead, honey.
Yeah, I got a question.
You go ahead.
This one's been really bugging me.
I know.
Okay. The school name. Who had the great idea of coming up with that name?
I mean, well, I did technically. Yeah.
He wrote the script.
Yeah.
And he.
So I don't know exactly why I came up with that name, because I think it was when I was researching different schools here in Arizona, incorporating the visually impaired into the name of the school was something that I wanted to do. And I don't know, there was something funny. I always pull things from my life. Okay. And when I was young, I worked at a call center. And so when I was writing the character of its character Hannah plays, which is Thelma. Yeah. When I was writing the character of Thelma, I think I infused a little bit of myself of when I was this young person working at this call center and hating this job. And I think I was a lot like that back then, that I'm just like monotone. I'm like, oh my God, why am I here answering these phones all day long? I hate this. And so I think that's where I came up with it. I was just like brainstorming, and I was like, Visually Impaired School of Arizona. And then it popped in my head, that's Visa. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of funny, doing a call center joke, like, no, this is not Visa, the credit card company.
Well, I will admit this. I was watching it and I heard the name being mentioned, and for a quick 20 seconds, I was like, why is she talking like, is it a call center? And it clicked, right? It clicked.
Yeah.
Up until that point, I didn't know what to think. But ever since put 2 and 2 together, when I think of your show, all I can think of is the Visa logo.
Now. Yeah.
Nice.
You see the Visa logo
on the wall.
Yeah.
That was brilliant. But what I liked about it is
and our actress Hannah that plays Thelma, I mean, hopefully you guys were able to appreciate her deadpan delivery. She is a very wonderful actor. She was
awesome. She did a great job. Like you, Geno. The last couple of years before I retired, I worked at a call center, so I can relate as to how bad the experience can be there. And yeah, it made it even more funny to realize what was going on after I put 2 and 2 together. I was a little slow on the draw, but once I figured it out, I just can't get it out of my mind now.
Yeah, it was really funny. And the guy that lives in the closet, yeah.
Billy.
Oh my God.
People don't know what we're talking about because they haven't seen it, but
I know.
Mary's right.
Geno's going to have to give an email address where people can send us emails, because we can send out a link to people who weren't able to come to one of the in-person screenings. We can send out a link,
Oh, you can.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, Geno, email it to me and I'll put it on this.
Are we allowed to put it up on our website?
No. So just to be clear, what we're doing is focus group testing. We recently were in Orlando doing a private VIP screening that Michael, Olga, Becca, myself, 2 of our other actors were also at. Which was just a wonderful experience. So it is, when people contact me, specifically, we're trying to get people in the blind community because we do have it audio described. And all we ask is just, a quick little survey. But it is something that we're doing on a case-by-case basis right now as a private screening, because we're in a long festival run. We're constantly shopping the show around. So we can't actually get it out there to be posted on social media and all that.
Okay, so it's private.
It's very limited screening,
Yeah.
Well, don't hesitate to reach out to me when you're ready to let us do it, and we'll do it right away.
Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you.
And if you recall in our conversation that we had, I contacted the Texas chapter of the American Council of the Blind. I reached out to them, sent them an email asking if they're wanting to. And as I explained to you, they just finished the national conference
Yes.
So I'm going to remind them that they got an email waiting so they can take a look at it and maybe do a screening.
Well, because we have a Texas conference still coming up.
Okay.
So
Oh yeah, when is your guys' Texas ACB conference?
I
We
know
should
it's
go to
gonna-
that, Geno.
I know it's going to be in Houston.
I think it's going to be on the August the 24th, I believe.
It's usually in August. We won't be there, but
Yeah, I can find out for you. Let you know tomorrow.
we'll let you know. We can text it to Gino and let him know. Maybe you can screen it there. I'm sure they would. I'm
If we
hoping.
could arrange,
Yeah.
So,
Becca and I have been trying to get connected with the American Council through
Okay.
several of our different friends in the community.
we're just not having very much luck. So one of my friends, Tim Cuneo, who used to be in the National Federation of the Blind, he sent me a link to their Facebook or their website, and I went on there and I filled out my name, phone number, email address, and all that, and said, yes, I want to join the ACB. Please contact me. And no one's contacted me. So I don't know where to go to a meeting or anything.
It could be
Okay.
because, like I said, they just finished up their national conference and they might have been taking their time. So you might get a response eventually. However, one of the board members is a good friend of ours, so I'll reach out to her and see if she can help push this forward. And see how we go. Now, before we get really involved into what to do and what not to do, tell us about what the series is itself. What is it about? You told me what it is. So let us know.
So the show it's called Don't Look Now, and as Becca explained, it's set in a blind immersion training school. It's a fictitious school. The show is done in the style of The Office or Abbott Elementary, so it's in a documentary style, and it focuses. Oh, all right, Al.
All right. He sneezes about 20 times. Go ahead.
Okay. It focuses on just kind of the daily challenges of an eccentric group, a very diverse group of teachers and staff running an underfunded nonprofit. So the comedy is derived not from blindness itself or low vision. It is derived from personality issues and personality conflicts, which I feel makes it relatable to everyone. And the show has a lot of heart. It has a great message. Becca and I often talk about how we want every episode to have what we call teachable moments, where sighted audiences are going to learn something, demystifying some misconception that they have about blindness in every episode.
And also each episode, each episode, our blind viewers will also learn things about themselves just from watching, like had this show been around when I was a blind teenager, I would have eaten it up, right? I've been like, wow, really? You mean there's a place where I can go to learn to do all these things that my parents can't teach me and my teachers at public school can't teach me? Because like the day I graduated from high school, I had no hope of going on to college or going to work. I was screwed.
Well,
And I really feel like my parents and my teachers and the doctors and lawyers that were involved in my situation all did me a huge disservice.
yes, they.
No.
Yes, I agree.
And the sad fact is that it's still happening.
It's happening. I fell through the cracks too. Yeah, I fell. through the cracks.
And so think about if this show gets out there, so other blind teenagers see it, they can advocate for themselves. They can be like, "Look, Mom, I can go there. Look, Mr. Smith." They can tell their teachers at school, "Can you help me explain to my parents that I should go there?" Because kids can advocate for themselves if we show them what's available.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And I didn't find out about these schools till I joined the National Federation of the Blind in 2014, right?
Okay.
And I went blind in 1989. That was a long time without hope.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. A lot of these have been open since Chris Cole's been open since 1972.
Yeah. I can relate. I can relate with what you're saying. About a month ago, I attended at a local university a blind technology camp for some of the teenage students. And I was invited to speak because we are trying to get a school for the blind started in our area.
Yeah.
And what really surprised me was the lack of knowledge when it came to the available resources available for people with vision loss in our area.
Yeah.
I think 90% of the people that were there had no idea even how to use an iPhone.
Now, do you guys live in California?
No, we live in Texas.
We live in Texas.
Oh, in Texas. Okay.
We're close to the border by South Padre Island, Harlingen area, way down close to Mexico.
Oh,
Where the
okay.
fun is. But anyway,
Yeah.
but I can relate to that because they just don't understand and they're not being taught what resources are available. And you're right, by doing this, you are opening a door.
Well, you're helping us too. I mean, because you're pushing our point. We need a school for the blind here also, and we are working on it. Yeah. So
I feel like this would be the cry of every blind American, and that's why it drives me crazy that the NFB is blocking us on everything. Like,
yeah, well, I'm not saying anything. I'm not an NFBA member, so.
Well, so to bring this back to Don't Look Now, the one thing I would definitely like to stress about the uniqueness of this project is that we had a total of 15 low vision blind cast low vision or blind cast members out of 23 on-screen roles, which is monumental. I mean, there's never been a show or a film that has ever done that. We have one of our cast members, the one who plays Billy, he has Leber's hereditary neuropathy. He is not only a cast member playing a sighted character, even though he's legally blind, he's actually also one of our producers, and he was our casting director.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that brings me to a very specific point that I really want to drive home to potential investors and studios, is that every episode is an opportunity for us to create jobs in front and behind the camera that, for low vision and blind, professionals. I mean, somewhere there's a kid right now who wants to be a field sound mixer, right? And there's nothing out there that's giving people these opportunities in Hollywood. Every time you see movies or television that touch on the disabled space, it's a token character, right? They have one character, one person on that cast or crew, and that's what makes all the headlines. And no one's done this. So not only is this show about the blind community, it is made with the blind community for the blind community.
Yeah.
I would like to say too, can I say something real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
Each episode, we also have the opportunity to use the amazing tools that are out there for the blind community. We have the opportunity to use those tools on camera so the viewers can see us using our tools in our everyday life, in our work or in our school setting. You know what I mean? Because there'll be conversations on the show and different things that happen on the show where we can demonstrate these things so the general public who knows nothing about it can start to learn. And potential employers will be educated on what our abilities are when we have the correct tools and training at our hands. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it will help educate educators, high school and college and elementary school educators. It'll help educate them and help educate them also as to where they can go for tools to help their blind students.
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel like it can help in so many ways, and I really feel like the time has come for something like this.
Yes,
without a doubt. Yeah, you mentioned that. I don't know if any of you have heard of it was on Netflix. I think CW took over now. It was a series called In the Dark, and in that particular series, the main character is blind. Unfortunately, it's lost its way from its first season. It just became too raunchy, way off the mark as far as vision loss is concerned. But I will give them credit. The first season, they just had us in tears laughing so hard with the way they portrayed some of the mishaps we experienced. And I hope you guys give us the opportunity.
Do the same thing.
Yeah, you do, because it was hilarious. It'll keep you funny.
It's so funny. I know blindness isn't funny, but when you live with it day to day, there's some situations that are just doggone funny.
Sometimes you have to laugh or you cry. That's
funny.
what I found.
No matter what, people are funny.
Let me give you guys a quick idea for one of your shows. You want to see something? You want to see something funny? Put me in the wheelchair, the wheelchair guy, and his best friend, the blind guy, and have the blind guy pushing the wheelchair guy.
That would work.
I've pushed people in wheelchairs before as a blind woman. I pushed blind friends in wheelchairs. It's hilarious.
And I'm just sitting there trying to steer the best I can with my foot. It's like, slow down, Phil, slow down.
Well, I love your show, and I hope it gets picked up by somebody. We'll work on ACB. We have a little bit of pull there. I know a few people that do the Austin one. that actually president of the Austin chapter. I know him, so maybe I can talk to him too. See if we can get you into this Texas. Maybe
who have on this? While we're on the subject, who have you reached out to see if they can give you the opportunity
for the ACB? Have
no,
you talked to
I'm
anybody?
I'm talking about in general. Who have you reached out that has wanted to view this and maybe had a conversation with you? If you don't mind sharing that with me.
Well, I don't know if we should. I don't really know if we should go into that here.
Okay, that's fine.
I will say this. Yeah, I mean, we have submitted to different studios, but I just don't know if it's beneficial to us to bring up those studios. But what I would say is this: we are in a festival run right now, and so far the pilot has gotten picked up at 3 different film festivals. We've already won 2 awards. So we won a Best TV Pilot Award and a Best Comedy Series Award. So there is a screening coming up at the Labor Day week in Los Angeles. So we're just starting. Right? Studio City International Film Festival. And so right now we are really just kind of gearing up with our festival run. And I think we're off to a great start.
Okay, can I ask Michael a question since he is not blind and he was in the film? What was it like working with all the other blind actors in that sitcom?
It was a beautiful experience.
Did you learn anything? From
that? I learned a lot. And I got to just get a glimpse, just a taste of what it was like to be blind. In my own training that I was doing with at the school we were training at, and being on set, just even hanging out. I made friends, and it was a beautiful experience. I'd never worked on a set like that in my life. Every single person, it was special. I mean, I talked to Olga about this, and Geno and Rebecca. It's rare to be on a set where everyone is on the same page in terms of their heart and involvement in the show. We were doing this for money. Yes, we got paid. Yes, there were rates. There was negotiations with contracts and everything. But at the end of the day, we were all there for the same reasons, which is to represent this community in the most beautiful way possible. Let's champion them. Let's make a show that's funny, that puts them in a good light, and shows a real authentic, day in the life of a blind school. It's never been done before. So I was extremely proud on set. I was also I was on it. I mean, we worked very quickly. Those were long days, and we were working our asses off to get it right. I kept saying, are we doing this right? Are we doing this right? Because you get one shot at this. You know what I'm saying? This is your one shot to do this correctly. And I'm incredibly proud of it. And it's been a life-changing experience to work with all those blind and low vision actors.
So how many times did you want to laugh and you had to keep from laughing?
Oh, well, if you watch this character, Nathan Hurd is an exceptional comedian. He is hilarious. He's charming. He's got it all. And there were many times we were all we were doing our best not to crack up. I mean, Olga was there when he was doing that speech in the conference room. We all wanted to crack up laughing. You can't though, because then it messes up the take. So we were all there trying to maintain composure, but it was tough sometimes. And Billy's character with the class,
it's hilarious.
I had to act in front of that. It was difficult, but it was a joy and a pleasure.
Did you know they were doing some sign language behind your back that one time?
What? It was absolutely a fantastic.
You could tell I watched it.
I know you watched it. You like to bring up that stuff. It was a pleasure. I can say nothing wrong.
I'm proud of you taking on this endeavor. I'm so proud that you did.
Can I jump off and piggyback off of Michael for a second?
Go ahead.
2 things. One, what he's referencing with Sam, which is Nathan Hurd's character Sam. There's actually a shot, in the pilot that we put in, and it is not acting. It's Olga reacting. The camera just happened to be facing in that direction because we were shooting with 3 cameras, and it's genuine. I mean, she is in this scene laughing genuinely, and it was just so perfect to get her reaction to Sam, because everybody on set, myself included, I was almost going to ruin a take because I was pretty much on the floor, curled up in the fetal position, covering my mouth with headphones on, trying not to laugh. But the other thing I wanted to say about Michael, because Michael didn't touch on this, and I really want him to talk about this, just for the low vision community to understand Michael's dedication as being a sighted actor trying to embody and take on this character. Michael, and I did training, the blind immersion training ourselves. And Michael, I want you to tell them what you did when you got back to California.
Well, I mean, I was making coffee in my apartment blind. I was working with my cane in my apartment blind. I actually got on the flight back to LA blind. I had the what are they called? What are the
sleep shades?
He kept his sleep shade on.
I had the sleep shade on and the cane, and I was blind. And I at one point I got a little scared because I realized people were helping me through security, and I was like, wait a second. I have to commit, because if I say, oh wait, I'm not really blind, they might think I'm a fraudster or might think I'm so I was like, holy shit, you better act your ass off or act your butt off. Right? Well, I went through the whole thing. I was there, and I took the whole flight completely and utterly blind. It was
now you know how it is for us.
But I was like, you got to commit. And it was one of your ideas. You should do this. And I said, I'm scared to death, but I'm going to do it. Olga, across the world, I should be able to do it too. And my flight was across the world, but it was.
I have a question for Michael. Can I ask?
Yeah.
I have a question for Michael, very practical one. So when you were making that coffee with eye shades on, did you stick your finger in the cup?
I not all the way. No, there was. He
didn't want to burn his finger. He
needed a bobcat.
Did you cheat? Did you pull those shade up a little bit to cheat?
I mean, every once in a while, but then I would I'd say, no, don't do that, because the blind community doesn't get to do that. So no cheating. That was a big thing.
So if you try to brush your teeth with the eye shades on, I have advice for you. Don't try to squeeze the toothpaste on the brush. Just squeeze
put it in your mouth.
Straight into your mouth.
It took me a while to learn.
I'm still learning, obviously, and if we get to do a full season, I'll go right back to that training and learn even more. But
awesome, Michael. You're awesome, Michael.
Okay, so we heard
the other thing Michael did on set that I don't think people realize is he blacked out completely the glasses that he's wearing. Philip, kind of like your glasses that you have on right now.
Yeah.
Michael's glasses were entirely blacked out. Like, he showed them to me. I put them on and I was like, oh my gosh, you're literally going to do this whole 5 days blind.
Because I needed to be authentic, because other sunshades you can see through. I didn't want that. I said, I want it to be completely, I want to have no vision, to make it really authentic. And I think we discussed that, and it was the right choice. And then we had the contacts on, which was that was an experience. That was
I asked many friends to do that for me. I mean, just 1 hour, go blind, and none of them have wanted to. So I have to admire what you did. You're essentially the guy who was sighted and forgot that he was.
Yeah,
you did a great job on that.
Can I ask one question? Why did you not incorporate a guide dog yet into that?
Actually, no. We do feature. What is it? 2 guide dogs in the show.
Yeah,
never knew they were there.
And this is just the first episode. In future episodes, there'll be opportunities.
They'll be in there? Okay, I was just wondering.
They didn't always type it in.
Here's the problem with the audio description. Because the show is, as you know, the show is so dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
We had to strike the right balance when we did the audio description of what is too much description and what is too little. And, I think even Olga, when she had first heard our first pass of it, it was too much. Olga, I think you said that it was like we had way too much. There was no breath.
I'm in general not the biggest fan of audio description, at least in big amounts. I like to know just the bare minimum so I can actually focus on the original movie.
Yeah. Well, and as someone who knows the script, I feel like they did a really great job on the audio description.
It was
I think so. I think they did too. Now let's go ahead and skip a beat here. Now we just heard from Michael, the sighted guy
Who plays the blind?
So now I want to talk to Olga.
Yeah, Olga.
So you're blind, am I correct?
Yes, I'm completely blind.
Okay, now you did share experience of having to travel to the studio, and that must have been something. We travel often, but we only travel domestically.
Yeah.
I cannot even begin to imagine what you felt like traveling internationally.
Yeah.
And
well, it was very scary, I'll be honest, because I didn't know how it would work with special assistants. And actually, it was pretty smooth. Only once they forgot me. They forgot where they left me. So I had to turn on my camera, get an agent to describe me how to make my way to reception desk. But it was only once, and really before I even made my way to where I had to be, they were already looking for me. They simply thought they left me at a different place. And I guess there was a shift or something, and different people didn't get the information correctly.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it was pretty.
Luckily, they didn't leave you on a plane.
No.
Trust me, once, because it takes about 24 hours to travel from Australia to US. Trust me, I'm the first one running off the plane. I have so enough by the end of like 15-hour flight. Oh my God.
That's a great opportunity for a lawsuit. I'm just saying, it's a joke, but this is where
hey, you can do an episode of plane travel.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a lot of money. Class action lawsuit. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Now you know how to make you can pay for the series.
Right.
Olga, we need to get you on another flight.
There it is, right there. A couple $1,000,000.
Nice. Olga, you were blind since birth, were you? Olga?
Pretty much. So my both parents, who are, by the way, in Ukraine right now in the war zone, they are blind. So I inherited my condition from my mother. I used to see a little bit, but when I was a teenager, by the way, that happened in Texas. I fell off a horse and broke my arm. And the doctors in America are very zealous with their medication, trying to keep you comfortable and painless. And so I was, for some strange reason, on morphine for a month. Once I came out of that dazed state, everyone noticed, including myself, that little vision that I did have totally dropped. And then it just deteriorated further in the next couple of years. So right now I just have a light perception.
Just like do you have RP?
No. I have.
Is it a long name?
The optic nerve hyperplasia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've known other people with that.
Yeah.
Mary can sort of relate to your.
Yeah, mine was a medication side effect that caused me to go blind. Optic nerve neuropathy. Yeah.
And
I just want to state something about Olga. That was Olga's first acting job. And I could not believe it. She was absolutely fantastic.
Yay, Olga!
Olga was amazing.
This is her first acting thing. I was like, you have to be kidding me. I just want to tell you, I don't know if I told you this. I thought you were absolutely phenomenal.
Oh,
thank you.
And that's why I wanted to focus on Olga. I wanted to know what are your personal thoughts on actually having to do this? Your emotions while you were doing all this. I mean, it must have been a little bit overwhelming at times.
Oh, my life is overwhelming. I'm a what's the word? I like to contemplate, basically. And I'll be honest, I'm not one of those people with vision impairment who say, oh, life is easy, life is amazing. It's all just roses. I actually get sometimes quite depressed about the fact that I'm blind, because I can't see my kids' faces. I can't just jump in the car and go wherever. There are lots of limitations that sometimes get me quite low. And basically, when I'm feeling kind of a bit more positive, I think, what is the purpose? Like, why I'm blind? Why? And at some point, I came to a conclusion that I was born blind to inspire. That actually I have a mission in life. And because I'm quite an active and determined person in general, I do a lot of things for my personal growth, but also having in mind the rest of the planet, really, because we all need some inspiration at some point of our life, if not every day. I have a YouTube channel. I've written a book. Oh my gosh, I don't know if how long it will take to list all of my educational achievements, my degrees and stuff. But basically, acting has always been something I dreamt about. I feel that it's that ultimate expression of your worldviews and gives you incredible power to inspire and deliver a message. That's why I think I really wanted to be a part well, particularly this project.
Well said.
Olga, thank you. Awesome.
I hope that you guys do make it work. Olga, it's kind of ironic that you mentioned your parents. It was a couple of days ago, I was just laying around doing nothing, and I got to thinking about the Ukrainian war, and I got to myself, how are people with vision loss, what are they experiencing? And I can't even imagine.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
A lot of blind people in Ukraine have left the country. In fact, when the war started, I went to Poland to help with Ukrainian blind refugees. And it's definitely much harder for them overseas because it's not like you can just go and start doing cleaning or fruit picking. Those jobs are not available. And if you don't speak the language and you're blind, they quite struggle, I'll be honest. So, and a lot of blind people, for that same reason, chose to stay in Ukraine, because to take that step away from your home, away from your job, is really difficult.
I bet. No.
I can't.
Well, we'll pray for them, because that's got to be very difficult. Okay, Geno, anything else you want to address on the show? What do we got you here?
Well, actually, I got a question.
Oh, Philip's got a question.
Have you ever become big and famous? We're open for a cameo.
Yeah. Cameo.
So,
Just-
can I
I
say
do
something
know
before
blind
we
people.
end the show?
Huh?
Can I say something before we end the show?
Yes, you can. Say whatever you'd like.
Okay, well, this is Rebecca S. Meadows, the founder of Blue Butterfly Enterprises. I want the viewers to know I'm also an author, and I just published my new book called Living on Borrowed Time, and it's available on Audible if they want to go up and look for it. My name is Rebecca S. Meadows, so if they go up to Amazon and search for my name, just put Rebecca Meadows author in there. It'll pull up all 5 of my books, and they're available.
Goodness.
They're available in print, Kindle digital download, and on Audible. So,
5 books, girl. Look at you.
but my new book is the most inspirational. So that's why I really encourage your listeners or your viewers to go check it out. It's called Living on Borrowed Time by Rebecca Meadows, Rebecca S. Meadows.
Okay.
So
I will do that, Rebecca. Awesome.
and they can email me directly at beccameadows76@gmail.com if they would like.
Okay.
Bill and Mary, and
Yeah.
Alpo, I have to run to another meeting. I just wanted to say thank you for having me on this platform. I think what you're doing is incredible. Keep doing it. I appreciate you guys just blessing us with positivity and support. It really means the world.
Thank you, Geno.
Anything you guys want to
Thank
come
you,
on,
Michael.
you're more than welcome.
We run into you
I
at
appreciate
MCP
it,
one of
guys.
these days. Okay. Bye.
Have a great one. Ciao.
Bye,
Thank you, Michael.
Bye,
Thank
bye,
you.
guys. Thank
Love
you
you guys.
for
Be
being on the
good.
show.
So
My pleasure.
before we thank you, Michael. Yeah, and so if we're winding down, Philip, Mary, before we go, I would like to just say for the audience, you can find more information about our show. Don't Look Now TVofficial.com. We also have our Don't Look Now Facebook page and Instagram. That's the best way to get in touch with us.
Hey, Philip.
Yeah.
We should jot down all this contact information so we can put it in our comments
and I'm going to put it. I put stuff in the chat too.
Gene, if you can send me that information, I'll put it on the comment section.
Yeah.
In the morning once it's up. Everything's
so goes too. If you don't have
you guys do have a couple of comments.
Oh, we have a couple comments from the viewers. What?
Oh, yeah, so from YouTube, from Blind Grilly, he said howdy earlier. And then on Facebook, Timothy E. Cunio Sr.
Oh, Tim is watching.
Yeah, he said the audio description for the show was absolutely perfect.
There we go.
Wait a minute, so we were live?
Yeah, we're live.
You're not going to edit it. Oh my God.
So can you guys send me a link to the show so I can watch the whole thing?
Yeah, hold on. I just want to give a plug to the company and the lady that did our audio description, which is Mad Love Media. Her name is Madeline, and she did such a great job. And you know, the gal that did the narration is also blind, because that was important to us. I asked Madeline. I said, "Do you have any blind talent, low vision talent?" And she said, "Yeah, absolutely." So I think they just did a really wonderful job.
They did. I think all of you guys did a wonderful job.
If you guys can improve on the pilot, there's no doubt it's going to be even funnier. Really, yeah, it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Each upcoming episode will be better than the last, I believe.
Yes, I want to see more. I want to see more.
There's so many cool ideas that we have for future episodes. So
awesome!
I just hope somebody will pick it up so we can.
The fat guy in a wheelchair. That's that'd be a great character.
You're nuts.
Well, like I said, if you ever want to promote something that's upcoming, reach out to us and we'll bring you on.
We're always available.
Yeah, and really appreciate you guys having us on.
Don't Look Now is actually just one of our projects. Several of our other projects have been winning awards in script contests and stuff.
Awesome.
Kiki and the Gang is one of our projects. It recently won an award in a script contest, right, Geno?
Yeah, we just made it to the quarterfinals in a couple of different competitions. And then also, Becca and I started out, we were working on Blue Butterfly, which is a feature film that's inspired by Becca's life. So check out her books and you'll definitely understand why we decided to try to write something about her life.
Yeah. Oh, I might want to get my daughter to talk to you because she's going to have a PhD in English Lit. And she's going to be a writer. So I'm going to have her on the show in a couple weeks.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So what is your podcast called? Because I looked on my Victor Reader Trek and I couldn't find your podcast.
I know. We tried doing a podcast.
It's not a podcast. It's a live stream.
Is it on YouTube or is it?
Yes. This is on YouTube.
Oh,
YouTube and Facebook. We don't do a podcast yet. We're trying to get there, but we've been having some difficulties.
We've been having accessibility issues.
Yeah, Geno and I never did get to do a podcast, I don't think.
Yeah, it's difficult, but we've tried. But yeah, just go to Two Blind Mice Show.
No,
which one?
Go to
the Two Blind Mice Show. TWO. Two. Not the letter 2.
I might have to run as well.
I think we should. Yeah, this would probably be our wind down.
Bye bye, Olga.
Olga, thank you so much for making time.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, guys.
Okay, we'll wrap it up.
Philip, Mary, is there
Thank you so much, Geno.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you, guys. Thanks, Rebecca.
Thank you. Can someone send me a link, please, so I can watch the whole thing? Because I missed part of it.
Yes, we will.
Thanks.
Send me all the contact information, Geno, that you got for everybody.
I will.
Yeah, they don't have my email address.
No, we don't. Okay.
No.
I'll include Becca. I'll CC her on the email to you guys.
CC, yeah. Thank you, Geno.
All right, everybody. Back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are welcome to sign off.
Bye-bye.
We're going to continue for a minute too. So, okay, everybody. Let's show our support for these guys. Don't Look Now is the sitcom pilot. Let's work towards that because I think unfortunately, you haven't been able to see it.
We've seen it and you haven't. Ha 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 ha. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I live with a brat.
I've got the pool, man. I got the pool.
Anywho, so it is a funny.
It's hilarious.
Pilot, and as most sitcom pilots that become successful, it just gets better. And the fact is, it will get better, but right now it's a fantastic job that they've done, and I hope they do prosper from this. I hope it becomes a reality. If you ever come across it, promote it. it just hopes, and we're going to do our best on our end to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So thank you all for coming on the show. Just a quick reminder, next Monday, July 26th, we're going to try to do the show again with Cole Johnson of the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. So be here at 8 o'clock next Monday, 8 p.m. Central. And
go to our Cooking Without Looking. We did it last Friday. Go and see our cooking, our cordon bleu that we did with Cooking Without Looking.
Yeah, and ourselves personally, this Friday, we are going to be doing an interview with our local state representative who is helping to bring awareness regarding vision loss to our area. So we're hoping to start working on that. Keep us in prayer because we are sincerely making an effort to start a school for the blind here in our area. That is something that I'm very passionate about because it is sorely needed, and we hope we can make it happen. So again, I want to thank everyone from the Don't Look Now pilot. I think
great group of people.
Can't say it enough.
You'll ever meet.
Thank you, Philip and Mary. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
You're welcome.
All
Thank you,
everybody.
Geno. Have a nice one.
Thank you for listening in, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, The Two Blind Mice Show, and on YouTube, The Two Blind Mice Show. Y'all have a good night. God bless you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.